loads of people have been asking me what it's like to write a book. So I thought I'd record a quick video to sort of tell you about my little journey and my little book project. So I started on the 1st of February of this year, and I thought I could write a book in 90 days. So I had this idea that 90 days is kind of a good period of time where I'd undertake lots of other projects as well. So in the past, I've kicked off a project to learn French, and not that I learned to speak French in 90 days, but on the whole, I've managed to do things in 90 days, or at least kick them off. There's a great bit of science to do with habit formation. If you do something every single day for 90 days, all of a sudden you find yourself in a habit, and that's what I did. Now, I think I was far too ambitious to think that I could write, edit and publish in 90 days. That's just not realistic, is it? But I'm a chap who just can't sit still. So off I went, and to be fair, because I had an idea for this book, I had the concept there, and I'd been talking about this sort of idea of science in business in lecturing that I'd been doing at universities, that I thought, well, hang on a minute, I can turn this into a book. So the concept was quite well grounded, and I had quite a lot of the kind of material in my brain already that I'd been using elsewhere, maybe not formally written down anywhere, but I thought, hang on a minute, I've got the concept here. So I started to write, and the first 35,000 words, they just fell out of me. It was actually really, really easy just to put words on a sheet of paper. And then what you're left with is what they call a shitty first draft. And it really was. It was terrible. I showed it to my wife, and she was like, oh God, Justin, my head is battered. So, oh God, okay, better get back to the drawing board. But because I was in the habit of doing something every single day, that all of a sudden that editing process, it wasn't that bad. If we fast forward to where we are today, I suppose we're coming towards the end of July, and I've only just finished that editing process. Lots of other content was added in. I expanded upon concepts within the book, and there was about 54,000 words when the book was actually finished. The next stage was, once you actually get it finished, is you send it off to a typesetter, and they lay it out beautifully. There's actually a hidden art form in books, getting the margins right, the styling, the consistency. They don't help with the editing, they're just there to lay it out correctly. And then from there, you obviously go off and you can publish your book and print it. It's been a wonderful experience. It's been both wonderful but also traumatic at the same time. It's been a huge amount of work, and I don't think you should underestimate just how much work goes into a book. But a bucket list thing, isn't it? It's a bucket list thing, writing a book. Everyone always says, I'm sure I've got a book in me, and you probably do. Your ideas will be unique. No one else thinks like you. You are unique, and you will have that book. But just think about your concept. I was really fortunate. I had a really well-defined concept, what I was going to write about, how I was going to do it. So just do the same yourself. Think about that concept. Think about how you're going to do it. And a really good way is just maybe start thinking about writing a pitch document. That's what you would normally send a publisher. And it would include a sample chapter. So just think about maybe writing up a pitch document, writing a sample chapter. You might not go off and send that to a publisher. You never know, you might do. But it will help you get your idea together. And I'm sure you've got a book inside you. And I hope you've enjoyed listening to my little journey of writing a book. And feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. Thank you.